Liebe Kolleginnen und
Honourable members, it is both a pleasure and an honour for me to be able to welcome His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama to the Chamber this morning. We are waiting to hear what you have to say about the European Year of Intercultural Dialogue with eager anticipation. And we're looking forward to hearing about what you think about the importance of this dialogue in terms of mutual understanding between peoples and peace. In the course of 2008, we have already been honoured by the presence of representatives of the Christian religion, the Jewish religion, and the Islamic religion. And today we have the opportunity to meet one of the leading representatives of Buddhism. Your Holiness, we are remembering the victims of the bloody attacks in Mumbai, in India, in the country in which you live in exile. Particularly at a juncture where we are faced by such enormous challenges, religious leaders have a particular responsibility incumbent on them to make a contribution to peace, social life and reconciliation between peoples, as indeed you do. The European Parliament has always spoken out, has never flinched at speaking out in favour of human rights. The free exercise of culture is an integral part of identity and an inviolable component of human dignity. Against this backdrop, the European Parliament has undertaken constant efforts to draw attention to the human rights situation facing the Tibetan people. Your Holiness, when you, in 1988, addressed the European Parliament in Strasbourg, you talked about a 5-point peace plan for Tibet. In 2001 and 2006, you also visited us. In this space of time, the European Parliament has adopted several resolutions in which it calls upon the government of China to launch an immediate substantive dialogue and to look at religious and cultural freedom and the human rights of the Tibetan people and to take full account of them. I would like to reiterate that the European Parliament recognises the territorial integrity of China, and Tibet is a part of China. But we will always stand up and defend the rights of the Tibetan people to preserve and to foster their cultural and religious identity. We will always defend those rights. Looking at what's happened since the 10th of March in Lhasa and other cities is proof of how urgent open dialogue is. A dialogue which would lead to a sustainable solution acceptable to all and which would allow for the religious and cultural freedom of Tibet. For these reasons, we are very interested in the fact that the negotiations which have taken place since 2001 between your special envoy and the Chinese authorities have not yet borne fruit. We expect that future debates will lead to the desired results. China is a very important nation and a very important partner of the European Union. In the framework of our dialogue with China, we have a duty to look at our shared values of democracy, human rights, freedom of expression, and we also have to look at the fundamental principle of human dignity, which is the foundation of all. If we were to fail to shoulder that task, we would be betraying ourselves. I made this point yesterday with the representatives of China to the European Union. I made this point then. Please allow me, by way of conclusion, to say Your Holiness yourself made this point a few years ago. Every single one of us must learn not just to live for themselves, their family and their own nation, but to live for the benefit of humanity as a whole. Your Holiness, you are an important champion of dialogue. Your policy of a non-violent approach has been the foundation for a peaceful approach to achieving your objectives, and we're deeply honoured that you are here to address us in the Parliament this morning. So I would now call upon you please to take the floor.